What are neurotransmitter pathways? Neurotech Basics. Imagine your brain as a vast network of highways, with tiny chemical messengers traveling along specific routes to keep everything running smoothly. These routes are called neurotransmitter pathways. They are the routes neurons use to send signals across the brain and nervous system. Think of neurons as the cars and neurotransmitters as the messages they carry. When a neuron wants to communicate, it releases these chemical messengers into the tiny gap between neurons, called the synaptic cleft. This gap is just a small space, about the size of a few nanometers, but it's enough for neurotransmitters to cross and deliver their message. The process begins when an electrical signal, known as an action potential, travels down the neuron's long arm called the axon. When it reaches the end of the axon, it triggers calcium channels to open. Calcium ions rush into the neuron, causing small sacs called synaptic vesicles to fuse with the neuron's outer membrane. This fusion releases neurotransmitters into the synaptic cleft. Once in the cleft, these chemicals bind to specific receptors on the next neuron or target cell. Depending on the receptor and neurotransmitter involved, this can either excite or inhibit the receiving cell. This is how neurons communicate in a chemical language. Different pathways use different types of neurotransmitters. For example, glutamate is the main excitatory neurotransmitter, making neurons more likely to fire. GABA, or gamma-aminobutyric acid, is the primary inhibitory neurotransmitter, calming neural activity. Dopamine pathways are involved in feelings of reward and controlling movement, while serotonin pathways influence mood, sleep, and appetite. Norepinephrine pathways help regulate alertness and stress responses. Neuropeptides like substance P are involved in pain signaling and other complex functions. Understanding these pathways is essential for neurotechnology. Many tools aim to monitor or modify neurotransmitter activity to treat conditions like depression, Parkinson's disease, or epilepsy. Devices like deep brain stimulators send electrical pulses to specific brain regions, influencing neurotransmitter releases. Other technologies, such as sensors, can detect neurotransmitter levels in real time, giving us a clearer picture of brain activity. Receptors are the key to how neurotransmitters work. Some receptors are ion channels that open directly when a neurotransmitter binds, allowing ions to flow in or out of the cell. Others are metabotropic receptors that activate internal signaling pathways, which can change how the neuron responds over time. The diversity of receptors allows the brain to fine-tune its responses and adapt to new experiences. In short, neurotransmitter pathways are the routes that carry chemical messages across the nervous system. They are vital for everything from controlling muscles to shaping thoughts and feelings. By understanding these pathways, neurotechnology can develop new ways to help the brain function better or recover from injury.